Starseed from Gaia. The Arcturian Council is standing with you in a battle you cannot fully see, and someone trusts your soul more than you imagine. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation, bringing this message from the Arcturian Council at the exact moment your mission is being tested. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to unlock Starseed potential and recognize the unseen support surrounding your path. But here's the first revelation. You are not being abandoned in this difficult season. Forces aligned with the Source are protecting the truth within you while your next level comes into view. You didn't find this transmission by mistake. Your soul called it in. Like this transmission to signal to your star family, I'm ready. Subscribe if your mission is activating, and comment 9999 if you feel your cosmic remembrance returning. This isn't just a message, it's a point of reconnection. Your soul's been waiting for this. You are not here by accident. If something stirred within you just now, you may be ready to receive the Arcturian Carrier Wave Protocol, 7 guided nights to cross the Whisper threshold. This simple, easy-to-navigate app guides you through ancient Arcturian techniques for conscious expansion, multidimensional alignment, and mission remembrance, and includes special bonuses to accelerate your journey. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time, and as you remain here, allow the emotional charge around this message to settle into a deeper understanding. When we say that someone is battling for you, this is not necessarily a battle of force, conflict, or domination. It is the invisible struggle between the frequency that has been assigned to you and the frequency you are finally choosing for yourself. It is the tension between the identity the world placed upon your shoulders and the living truth that has continued to breathe beneath it. It is the quiet movement of a greater intelligence working to keep your inner flame alive while circumstances seem determined to cover it with ash. There are moments when your higher allies, your guides, and the intelligences connected to your soul lineage are not fighting against a person. They are holding a line of possibility open for you. They are preserving a timeline in which you remember your value before the world convinces you to abandon it. They are strengthening the current beneath you while you are still learning how to stand inside your own power. Like unseen hands beneath a swimmer in deep water, they may not remove the waves, but they prevent you from sinking beneath them. Like a lighthouse that does not travel toward the ship, their presence may remain still while giving you enough light to find your way. You may not recognize this support because it often arrives without spectacle. It may appear as a hesitation you cannot explain, a sudden loss of appetite for what once consumed you, or an inner refusal to continue down a road that everyone else says is sensible. It may feel inconvenient at first. It may even feel like something has been taken from you. Yet beneath the surface, an older intelligence may be saying, not this way, not at the cost of your soul, not through another agreement that requires you to disappear. That is why certain doors closed without explanation. That is why some connections dissolved even though you were willing to keep giving. That is why a path you thought was certain suddenly became silent. You believed you were being rejected, delayed, or forgotten. But something more precise may have been happening within your energy field. A pattern was being interrupted before it could take you farther away from yourself. A cycle was being cut short before it became another lifetime of repetition. The silence that followed may have been painful, but it also created a chamber in which your own voice could finally be heard. Sometimes the door closes because what is on the other side was never large enough for the consciousness you are becoming. Sometimes the person leaves because the relationship was connected to a version of you who had learned to overextend, explain, rescue, and wait. Sometimes the opportunity disappears because it was designed to reward your compliance rather than your purpose. In the moment, these endings can feel like the collapse of a carefully built world. Later, you may look back and realize that the collapse was actually an excavation. The false structure had to fall so that something true could be built on the ground beneath it. Most starseeds do not remain disconnected because they lack a mission. They remain disconnected because remembering the mission would require them to release identities built for survival. You may have learned to be agreeable so you would not be abandoned. You may have learned to stay quiet so your sensitivity would not be mocked. You may have made yourself smaller because the people around you could only understand a fraction of what you carried. You may have become the dependable one, the strong one, the one who never needs anything because needing support once felt dangerous. Perhaps you learned to read everyone else's moods before you learned to read your own. Perhaps you became skilled at anticipating disappointment, managing conflict and offering comfort while your own inner world remained unattended. These strategies may have helped you survive a difficult chapter, but survival identities are not always equipped to carry a soul mission. The armor that protects a child can become a cage around an adult spirit. The mask that once kept you safe can eventually block the light you were meant to transmit. Over time, those adaptations become energetic filters. They scramble the signal of your deeper intelligence. You begin to mistake exhaustion for humility, isolation for failure, and constant self-sacrifice for love. You begin to believe that your value is measured by how much you can absorb without complaint. You may call it compassion when you are repeatedly abandoning yourself, or call it patience when you are waiting for someone to become capable of honoring you. The soul continues transmitting, but the personality becomes too overwhelmed to receive the message clearly. This is why disconnection does not always feel like a lack of spiritual activity. You may be receiving signs, dreams, sensations, and intuitive impressions, yet interpreting all of them through the lens of fear. A message of rest becomes a reason to feel guilty. A message of change becomes a threat. A message of self-respect becomes selfishness. The transmission is present, but the receiver has been tuned to a station of emergency. This is one of the distortions the Arcturian current helps you recognize: the belief that you must earn protection by becoming useful to everyone. You do not have to destroy yourself to prove that your heart is pure. You do not have to remain available to every demand in order to fulfill your purpose. A Starseed mission is not measured by how much pain you can tolerate. It is measured by how faithfully you can carry a coherent frequency through changing conditions. Even a candle cannot illuminate a room when all of its wax has been consumed by the effort to burn. There is a sacred difference between service and self-erasure. Service flows from fullness, while self-erasure is usually an attempt to purchase belonging. Service honors the dignity of both people. Self-erasure teaches others that your boundaries can be ignored. Service may ask you to stretch, but it does not require you to sever your relationship with your own body, intuition, and truth. The one who trusts you more than you imagine may be your higher self, watching every moment you chose to continue when no one applauded. It may be a soul ally who recognizes your pattern across lifetimes and knows that your current loneliness is not the final definition of your life. It may be the deeper intelligence of your own being, quietly defending your future from choices made by your wounded past. It may be the part of you that still remembers why you came here, even when the present personality feels tired of trying. Imagine your higher self standing on a mountain ridge before you were born, seeing the valleys, storms, and turns in the road. It does not condemn you for taking a longer route. It does not withdraw love because you became lost among the trees. It watches for the moment when you lift your head and notice the stars again. That moment may be happening now. And this is where the first shift begins. You must learn to decode the distortion. Notice the thoughts that arrive with absolute certainty and leave you feeling powerless. No one will understand me. It is too late. I have already missed my moment. I must accept whatever is offered. These are not always your truths. Some are inherited frequencies. Some are emotional echoes. Some belong to environments that trained you to distrust your own perception. Some may have been repeated so often that they now sound like your own voice. When a thought diminishes your inner signal, pause before obeying it. Feel the difference between intuition and conditioning. Intuition may be quiet, but it creates a strange spaciousness inside you. Conditioning tends to rush, frighten, and demand immediate surrender. Intuition can tell you no without humiliating you. It can ask you to wait without making you feel worthless. Your higher intelligence does not need to terrorize you into alignment. The next time a fearful thought appears, do not wrestle with it as if it were an enemy. Place it in the light of observation. Ask, when did I first learn this? Whose voice does it resemble? What does this belief ask me to give up? What would I choose if I did not need to prove that I was safe? These questions begin loosening the threads that bind you to an old frequency. You are not required to replace every difficult thought with forced positivity. You are being invited to create enough space to choose a truer response. The second shift is to awaken the blueprint. Your body is not merely carrying memories of what happened to you. It is also carrying potential instructions for what you came here to become. This does not mean that every sensation is a supernatural message or that you must search for proof outside yourself. It means your nervous system, your dreams, your recurring interests, and your unexplained sense of recognition can become doorways into a more honest relationship with your path. Your blueprint may not arrive as a complete map. It may begin as a persisting question, a skill that keeps returning, or a subject that continues to find you in unexpected places. It may be the desire to heal, write, teach, build, protect, investigate, create, or bring beauty into places that have forgotten it. The first signal is often small enough to dismiss. Yet what is small in appearance can be immense in potential, just as an entire forest can be held within a seed. You may feel drawn to certain symbols, sounds, constellations, healing practices, or fields of knowledge without knowing why. You may encounter the same theme through different people and circumstances until it becomes impossible to dismiss. These repetitions are not commands, they are invitations to pay attention. The universe does not always shout. Often, it arranges a pattern at the edge of your awareness and waits to see whether you will honor your own recognition. Keep a record of what returns. Notice what brings a calm sense of aliveness rather than frantic excitement. Notice what you loved before you learned to be practical. Notice what you naturally offer when no one asks you to perform. These observations can reveal more about your mission than any title or external label. A calling is often recognized not by the applause it promises, but by the way your energy becomes more honest when you engage with it. Your codes do not activate through force. They awaken through resonance. A part of you recognizes what supports your expansion, and another part may resist because expansion changes your relationships with time, comfort, and approval. You are not broken because the process feels uneven. You are recalibrating. One day may feel luminous and clear, while the next may bring old doubt back to the surface. This does not mean the door closed. It means the new frequency is moving through layers of your being that were formed under different conditions. The third shift is to anchor your multidimensional awareness in ordinary life. Awakening is not an escape from the Earth identity you formed. It is the gradual integration of a wider intelligence into the way you speak, work, rest, create, and make decisions. If your expanded awareness cannot help you set a boundary, care for your body, manage your responsibilities, or choose relationships with greater clarity, then it has not yet become embodied wisdom. A vision that never reaches the hands remains only a vision. A prayer that never changes behavior has not yet taken root. The higher realms, however you understand them, are not asking you to abandon your humanity. They are asking you to bring more consciousness into it. The sacred can be present in a clean room, a difficult conversation, a budget, a meal prepared with care, or the decision to place your phone down and listen to the tired rhythm of your breathing. Your star lineage is not asking you to float above reality. It is asking you to become more present within it. The most powerful transmission is often carried through simple actions, leading a conversation that repeatedly injures you, telling the truth without decorating it, sleeping when your body asks for restoration, creating something even when no one is watching, and refusing to let another person's confusion become your identity. This is how you make yourself easier for your true allies to reach, not by becoming perfect, but by becoming coherent. Coherence means that what you feel, know, say, and do gradually begin moving in the same direction. It means you stop asking your intuition for guidance while arranging your life around ignoring it. It means your private choices begin to honor the same truth you speak about in spiritual moments. The fourth shift is to recognize what is being protected. There are parts of your future that cannot fully emerge while you remain entangled with every demand from your past. Sometimes protection looks like a delay. Sometimes it looks like losing access to a familiar person. Sometimes it looks like a sudden lack of desire for a goal you once chased relentlessly. The protection may feel like an empty space, but empty space is where new architecture begins. Do not assume every interruption is punishment. Some interruptions are energetic guardians. They create enough silence for you to hear the difference between what you genuinely want and what you were trained to pursue. A timeline may be closing because it has completed its lesson. A connection may be ending because it can no longer carry the version of you that is arriving. A plan may be dissolving because it was built around an outdated image of who you were supposed to be. Ask yourself what the interruption is making possible. What conversation can you now hear because the noise has stopped? What strength can develop because you are no longer being rescued from every consequence? What desire is beginning to surface because the old obligation no longer occupies all your attention? Sometimes the blessing is not in what remains, but in what finally has room to appear. Someone trusts you more than you imagine, because they can sense that you are capable of choosing differently now. They are not asking you to become fearless before you move. They are trusting the part of you that can move while fear is present and still refuse to abandon its inner knowing. Courage is not the absence of trembling. It is the decision to stop allowing trembling to become the architect of your life. The fifth shift is to stop confusing invisibility with absence. You may not see the support surrounding you because much of it is operating through timing, redirection, and subtle perception. A chance meeting, a sentence overheard, an unexpected urge to take a different route, a sudden clarity in the middle of an ordinary morning. These moments may not look dramatic, but they can change the geometry of your life. A single conversation can awaken a forgotten possibility. One delay can prevent you from arriving at the place where you would have repeated an old mistake. One unanswered message can redirect your attention toward a relationship that is capable of meeting you with greater honesty. The pattern may only become visible after several months, when you look back and see that what felt random was actually forming a passage. The support may also arrive through people who do not use spiritual language. Someone may offer you a practical opportunity, a compassionate boundary, an honest question, or a reminder of a talent you stopped valuing. Do not reject assistance because it does not arrive in the form you expected. Consciousness can move through ordinary hands. A friend who tells you the truth, a stranger who opens a door, a mentor who recognizes your potential, or a child who reminds you to wonder, can all become messengers. Allow help to be simple. You do not need every form of support to feel mystical before you receive it. Sometimes your guide is the person who encourages you to make the appointment, submit the application, leave the harmful environment, or return to your art. Grace often wears work clothes. It may arrive carrying groceries, offering a ride, or reminding you that you are allowed to begin again. The sixth shift is to activate your field through choice. You are not required to convince everyone that your path is real. The more you argue for your worth, the more authority you hand to those who have already decided not to see you. Your frequency becomes stronger when your choices no longer depend on being witnessed by the people who doubted you. Let your life become the evidence. Let your peace become the answer. Let the quality of your attention reveal what you are aligned with. You do not need to announce every transformation. Some changes are most powerful while they are still gathering strength beneath the surface. A tree does not broadcast the moment its roots reach deeper soil. The work is still happening, even when no one can measure it. This does not mean becoming passive. It means acting without scattering your energy. When an opportunity appears, ask whether it expands your integrity or merely stimulates your hunger for approval. When someone returns after causing repeated confusion, ask whether their presence supports your future or reactivates an old wound. When you feel called to begin, ask what small action would make the signal physical today. One honest email can become a bridge. One boundary can become a new standard. One morning of keeping a promise to yourself can begin rebuilding trust within your own body. Do not underestimate the spiritual force of consistency. Every aligned choice is a vote for the reality you are constructing. Over time, those votes become a path. The seventh shift is to trust the timeline without surrendering discernment. Alignment is not always linear, and timing is not proof of worth. You can be ready for something and still encounter a delay. You can be deeply aligned and still experience grief. You can be supported and still feel alone for a season. The presence of difficulty does not automatically mean you have missed the path. Discernment protects you from turning spiritual trust into passivity. Trust does not mean accepting every situation, excusing every person, or waiting indefinitely for a sign. Trust means listening deeply, gathering information, honoring reality, and allowing your decisions to arise from a place that is neither panic nor denial. The true timeline does not require you to abandon common sense. It asks you to bring your whole awareness to the moment. The difficult part is that the soul often prepares you in silence. The visible result comes later, after your identity has already changed. You may be waiting for external confirmation of an internal transformation that has already happened. You are no longer the person who could remain comfortable inside the old pattern, but you are still learning how to live as the person who has outgrown it. This is the threshold, The old frequency no longer satisfies you, and the new frequency has not yet become familiar. Do not rush backwards simply because the unknown feels quiet. Quiet is not always emptiness. Sometimes it is the space in which your next coordinates are being transmitted. The seed beneath the soil appears inactive, but inside it, an entire design is unfolding. Your hidden season may be doing the same. Now feel into the deeper truth beneath all of this. You have been interpreting the resistance around you as evidence that you are unsupported, but some resistance appeared because your energy was approaching a boundary that could no longer contain it. You were not abandoned in those moments. You were being separated from agreements that depended on your self-betrayal. The forces aligned with your awakening are not trying to remove every challenge from your life. They are helping you become someone who can meet challenge without losing contact with your core. They are not arranging a path with no uncertainty. They are strengthening the part of you that can remain clear while uncertainty moves through the field. Like a mountain holding its shape while weather passes over it, you are learning that stability does not require the absence of storms. That is what it means for someone to battle for you. A greater intelligence is continually meeting the fragments of your doubt with a stronger pattern of remembrance. Every time you choose honesty over performance, the pattern becomes clearer. Every time you rest instead of forcing, the pattern becomes clearer. Every time you refuse to return to what repeatedly diminishes you, the pattern becomes clearer. You may have thought you were waiting for your life to begin. In truth, your life has been gathering around the frequency you are now willing to maintain. The future is not always delivered as a sudden event. Often it is assembled through the quality of your daily attention, through the standards you uphold when no one is watching, and through the quiet decisions that teach your reality what you are now available to receive. Your higher self has not been disappointed in you. It has been patient with you. It knows the pressure you carried before you had language for it. It knows how many times you reached for hope and then protected yourself from disappointment by pretending not to care. It knows that your hesitation was not proof of weakness. It was the nervous system trying to keep you safe while the soul prepared you for greater visibility. But the season of hiding is changing. You do not have to reveal everything to everyone, but you must stop hiding from the part of yourself that already knows. You must stop negotiating with the voice that tells you your sensitivity is a flaw. You must stop waiting for permission from people who benefit from your uncertainty. The world may not immediately applaud your clarity, but your spirit will recognize the relief of no longer betraying what you know. The one who trusts you sees the version of you that is still becoming. They see the healer before the healing is complete, the creator before the work is recognized, the guide before the path is fully mapped. They trust you because your essence has survived every identity you tried to use to replace it. Beneath every role, every disappointment, every false beginning, and every season of doubt, something in you remained untouched. Tonight, or whenever you feel the threshold opening, place one hand over your heart and one over the center of your body. Breathe slowly and say, I release the signals that were never mine. I receive the intelligence of my true path. I allow support to reach me in forms I can recognize. I choose the timeline that honors my integrity, my healing, and my becoming. Do not say these words as a performance. Let them become a direction. Then take one grounded action that matches them. Send the message you have been avoiding if it carries truth. Cancel the commitment that drains your field. Return to the creative practice you abandoned. Drink water, rest, step outside, or write down the next honest choice. The smallest aligned action can become a beacon. You can also place your feet on the floor and notice the support beneath you. Feel the weight of your body. Listen for the sounds around you. Let your awareness return to the room, the breath, the present moment. This is not separate from multidimensional awareness. It is how you teach your body that expanded consciousness is safe to inhabit. You are not leaving the earth to receive guidance. You are allowing guidance to become visible through the way you live here. Here is the final remembrance. You are not being asked to fight the world. You are being asked to stop fighting the truth of who you are. You are not here to prove that you deserve support. You are here to become available to it. You are not here to chase every opening. You are here to recognize the one that does not require you to abandon yourself. You are not here to carry everyone across the threshold while remaining outside it. You are allowed to enter your own life. The protection around you may not always look like rescue. Sometimes it looks like the courage to walk away. Sometimes it looks like the wisdom to wait. Sometimes it looks like the strength to begin again, without announcing your plans. Sometimes it looks like the sudden realization that the person you were trying to save was preventing you from hearing your own signal. There is a field of intelligence moving through your life now, and it is asking for participation. Your star family, your higher self, and the deeper architecture of your consciousness can open possibilities, but you must meet them with choice. You must become the place where the transmission can land. Stop searching for evidence that you are alone. Begin observing the evidence that you are being redirected toward coherence. The synchronizations may be subtle at first. Your dreams may become more vivid. Your tolerance for false connection may decrease. Your body may respond more quickly when something is misaligned. You may feel an unfamiliar calm when you choose yourself. That calm is not selfishness. It is the sound of your energy returning to its original pattern. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are not disqualified because the path has been difficult. You've been moving through a recalibration that required the old version of you to lose control. What felt like an ending may have been the release of a frequency that could no longer accompany your expansion. The battle was never about whether you were worthy of the next chapter. The battle was between the memory of your limitation and the living intelligence that has always known your capacity. And the deeper intelligence is becoming louder now. Let it guide the next decision. Let it shape the next boundary. Let it soften the part of you that believes you must do everything alone. Someone trusts you more than you imagine, but the first person who must trust you is the one looking back at you from within. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what's forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with encouragement or energy. This isn't content, it's collective alignment. Energy multiplies when intention connects. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow. You're not just watching, you're expanding. This is your space. And we're just getting started.